Well, you have worked with Grammy Award winners, Fortune 500 leaders. I have two questions specifically because this, and even the paraplegic gold medalist, it just was like, these are some people who really have to put the pedal to the metal, both mentally and physically, into their careers and what it is that they're doing. So I have two questions. But the first one is, I'm curious if you have seen how things like imposter syndrome have come about in these people that are, these individuals that are so decorated and they have so many achievements. Have you seen things like, the comparison we were just talking about, the imposter syndrome pop up? And what does it look like as they're traveling through those things in getting to where it is that they're so decorated?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing that I think is true about imposter syndrome is that it impacts the most successful people that much more. I mean, it really almost is unfortunately a disease of the successful.
Yeah.
Because what I've seen, particularly with the higher people go, is this fear of, was that a fluke? Can I do it again?
Mm-hmm.
Because now that you're up there, all eyes are on you,
Mm-hmm.
all expectations are on you, and you have to maintain. You can't, the star can't dim, right? You've already hit that. So it's like, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's this internal pressure of having to try to prove that what you originally earned wasn't a fluke, because if you don't do it again, or if you fall off the pedal, or if something else happens, then people start to question the original success that you had.
Mm-hmm.
And so absolutely, the imposter syndrome was very prevalent in the women I worked with, in terms of what people thought and how they showed up, and not wanting to show up, not wanting to be out there and tell their story, particularly with the Olympian, the para Olympian that I worked with.
Mm-hmm.
Was this thing about showing up again and owning her successes and her wins, and
Mm-hmm.
but just there was a little bit of fear about putting yourself out there, because she had earned those medals years before I actually started working with her. And so, but the pressure and the accolades above her made her feel like, can I go out there? I'm not skiing anymore. I'm not winning those gold medals anymore. Am I still great? Right? Do I have
Mm-hmm.
something really to offer? Do I have something that people would want to hear from me, because I'm not doing that anymore? So really, like, who am I? Where's my worth now? So absolutely, it definitely shows up. Right. And that is the challenge that happens when your worth is put externally and not internally. Right. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing about imposter syndrome, is when you think it's because of those things, those awards, those wins, that money, that success, when you think those things are the reason that you're great and significant and fabulous, when those things go away, then what's left? And that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the biggest challenges and dangers I saw when, working with people at that level.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting too. I feel like imposter syndrome tends to be this quest for belonging in whatever place you have then found yourself in, right? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
have these medals, but is it, can I be accepted? Do I belong going out there, wearing my medals and talking to these people? And that's truly what I believe imposter syndrome has turned into. I did a lot of research on imposter syndrome from the 70s with Ames and Kane, and just really understanding that before it was really like, you need to be better, and then you get better, and then you're like, am I supposed to be here? I didn't realize that I had gotten so good that I can now stand in this room. And the more I start working with other women who have imposter syndrome now, I'm really understanding how much there is this correlation between feeling like an imposter and then trying to feel accepted and belonging in this new place, and that there's this influence of the environment that's happening that makes you feel like you don't, and then it goes into your brain, that goes into everything you do and say. But if you allow yourself, that, again, that permission, like, I do belong here, and I can be accepted here when I first accept myself, accept
Yes.
that I am accepting me, and then I accept that I belong in this place. And then, you know, you hope that you're standing in a room full of other people that also accept themselves and feel like they belong, and then you can just all be there together.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.